After the Taliban government was defeated, members of Afghanistan's main religious, political, and ethnic groups met to discuss the country's political future. They agreed to set up an interim government, which included the Afghanistan Interim Administration (AIA). The AIA had 30 members who came from the Pashtun, Tajik, Hazara and Uzbek communities and several other ethnic groups. In November 2001, representatives of Afghanistan's major groups met with members of the United Nations (UN) in Bonn, Germany to create an interim government. Before becoming Afghanistan's head of state, Hamid Karzai, a Pashtun tribal leader, was head of the AIA. Karzai is currently serving a second five-year term as president after winning the presidential election in 2009. Afghanistan Interim Administration. From December 2001, the AIA was an important part of Afghanistan's interim government. During the time it held power, the AIA changed the country's court system to follow Islamic law. Afghanistan now has an independent judicial system headed by the Supreme Court. The AIA directed the interim government until June 2002, when Hamid Karzai was named head of state. In 2004, a new constitution was put in place and Karzai became the first democratically elected president. He was re-elected as head of state in 2009. The number of fish in Afghanistan's rivers, lakes, and streams is limited, but there are many different kinds. The fishermen are trying to catch fish from a river in the province of Brahman. Villagers usually make their own fishing nets instead of using modern equipment. The economy. Although Afghanistan had abundant natural resources, it is one of the poorest countries in the world. Both the Soviet invasion and the civil war that followed seriously damaged the country's industries and led to short supplies of food and fuel. Since 1999, the country has also lived through a drought which destroyed livestock and reduced crop production, leaving millions of Afghans starving. Agriculture and irrigation. About 70% of Afghanistan's workforce is employed in agriculture. Without modern machinery, chemical fertilizers, or pesticides, however, their methods of farming are outdated. Wheat and cotton are the country's main crops. Other crops including grapes, apricots, figs, and nuts are commonly sold to other countries. Afghan farmers also raise goats, sheep, donkeys, and camels. The farmers depend on irrigation to supply water for crops and animals, but the country's irrigation system has been badly damaged by war and drought. Poorly developed transportation has added to the economic problems in Afghanistan. In cities, buses and colorfully painted trucks are the main forms of transportation. In rural areas, most people walk or ride horses, donkeys, and even camels. Tomatoes are one of the kinds of fruits and vegetables crops sold at this market in Kandahar.